Moroney.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Education. Does she still stand by her statement to the House on 1 April 2009 that quality early childhood education and care is a high priority for the government?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, yes.
Supplementary. Well, does she stand by her July 2008 promise with reference to Labor's 20 hours free policy when she said, "We will retain all the existing subsidies and fee controls," and will she repeat that promise now?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, during the election campaign we promised to retain the 20 hours early childhood education and we won't be breaking that promise.
Sue Moroney. Sue Moroney. Order. Order, I've called the member's colleague. Sue Moroney.
What did she mean then when she told the Early Education Federation on March 25 that she, quote, wants to work more on targeting the grant?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, I've always been very clear with the early childhood sector that we need to do better with the very large and growing amount of money of funding that is going into early childhood education. That we are going, and I've shared it with the sector on a number of occasions, that we are examining closely the cost drivers because the cost of early childhood education has almost trebled over the last 5 years, almost trebled, and we are not necessarily getting the participation from the groups who would benefit the most.
Sue Moroney.
How did she allow early childhood education to slip from being a high priority for her government to now being included in the Finance Minister's definition of low-quality spending and up for budget cuts?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, I don't believe the Minister of Finance has ever said that. In fact, if you look at the six priorities, for this government's education, quality early childhood education is part of that. But in fact, I've heard the Minister of Finance myself talking just today about how much this government values quality early childhood education.
Te Roa Flavel.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, does she agree with her statement to the Herald of the 29th of January 2010 that evidence suggests that at least 20 hours of ECE per week from the age of 3 provides the best support for future educational achievement? And if so, how would the government justify any changes to fee increases for parents?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Mr Speaker, I'm not aware of the context of that statement. I don't have it in front of me. But this government is committed to ensuring that early childhood education remains affordable and accessible.
Supplementary.
Te Roa Flavel.
Does the Minister agree with Te Puni Kōkiri's paper on Mātauranga ko Hunga Hunga Māori that participation in early childhood education can benefit children's school readiness and result in improved learning, reduced antisocial behaviours and possibly even improved health? And if so, will the government maintain its commitment to that from July 1st, 2010, that all kohanga reo and play centres will also be eligible to offer 20 hours ECE?
The Honourable Anne Tully.
Speaker, the National Party campaigned on the promise that we would make parent-led centres also eligible for 20 hours early childhood education, and we do intend to honour that promise, as you state, from 1 July this year.
Question number 12, Jonathan Young.